Bonjour and welcome back to my channel. My name is Claude and today I'm going to be doing your weekly pick a deck reading for the week of the 3rd of January till the 9th of January. I hope you're doing well and that you had a nice end of December. I'm going to give you a few seconds to look at the back of the cards and concentrate a little bit. If it's not long enough, you can just pause the video, that's not a problem. And when you're ready, close your eyes, and the first deck that pops into your third eye, which is the point between your eyebrows, is the deck that you were meant to pick. If you are attracted to more than one, then by all means look at more than one reading. I'm going to be quiet now. Okay, so this is going to be deck 1, deck 2 and deck 3. So if you've picked deck 1, this is the Egyptian theme deck. So remember that those are general readings, they will not resonate with everybody. Take what applies directly to your circumstances and discard the rest. So what energies do I have for my Aquarians who picked the Egyptian deck? And that's for the first week of January. Okay, I have two cards that just jumped, so I will treat them as extra messages for you. So in the center of your spread you have the Three of Cups, crossed by the Four of Pentacles. Below you, you have the Ten of Wands. Above you, you have the King of Wands. Behind you, you have Strength. Ahead of you, you have the Devil. Advice is the Four of Swords. Environment is the Nine of Swords. Hopes and fears, the Hermit. Final outcome, the Queen of Swords. Bottom of the deck, which is the underlying energy you may not be aware of, you have the Queen of Cups. Okay, so those two cards wanted to jump, so I took them as extra messages for you. You have the Six of Wands and the Knight of Pentacles. Now the Wands is the suit of passion, desire, what drives you. Number 6 being a number of harmony. So the Six of Wands is a very positive card that talks about a victory after some conflict. Can also talk about some level of recognition. It's really, you know, big success, a triumph for all to be seen. And it's with the Knight of Pentacles. Now the Knights indicate change, movement. Pentacles is to do with the physical realm, so home life, work life, job, careers, and it talks about things moving forward. It's a slow energy because it's earth energy, but it's a very reliable energy. So it talks about advancement with a clear goal in sight, and you were successful. So there is this energy of success because you've worked hard and you've had you know, a clear goal in your sight, which is echoed in the past card that you have, which is Strength. Major Arcana. Strength really is having to look within yourself to find the courage to face a situation or to continue a project. It talks about fortitude, but something that comes from within, you know, like you've got this, and you've had to display a certain amount of courage and inner fortitude in the near past, probably to get to that triumph, to that victorious moment. It was through hard work and sheer focus. And in the middle of your spread you have the Three of Cups, and it is crossed by the Four of Pentacles. 3 is the number of growth and expansion. Cups is to do with the emotional realm, so anything to do with love, romance, relationships, your feelings, your emotions, your spirituality too. And the Three of Cups talks about a happy situation or frame of mind, but you know, you're happy. It can talk about also working with people. It can talk about the birth of something, as in a project or a child, but it really is something that causes, it's the reason for a celebration. It's a really, really positive card. It is crossed by the Four of Pentacles. Now the 4 is the number of strong foundation and stability. And as I said before, the coins are to do with your physical world. Now the Four of Pentacles talks about financial stability, but in the negative aspect of the card can also talk about holding on too tight to something. And so I'm getting the message that you can't be happy, you can't experience the joy that this triumph has brought to you because you're holding on too tight. Maybe you are worried that this is not going to last, but there is some kind of insecurity of blocking the energy of this happiness, this expansion that, you know, you should be experiencing emotionally right now. And subconsciously you've got the Ten of Wands. Now this explains to me why your happiness is kind of blocked at the moment. 10 is the number of completion, it's the end of a cycle. And the ones are to do with, as I said previously, your passions, you know, your fire. It's fire energy, but what I mean by that, what drives you, your willpower. And when the Ten of Wands comes up, it talks about having worked so hard, giving it your all, you know, with everything, heart and soul to something, to the point that it's become a burden. It can also talk about not asking for help, and really you should. And so subconsciously, what you've worked so hard for and put a lot of, you know, all of your strength into, and you know, all of these efforts, this has become overburdening, probably because you need some support but you've not asked for it. In your near goals you have the King of Wands. Now the king is the master of the suit, so this is a dynamic leader. He's very charismatic. He is experienced in the suit of wands, so he's a go-getter. He knows what he wants and he's going to go for it. And this is you. This is your attitude. This is that drive that you have. You know, so instead of celebrating and taking a breather and really enjoying this moment, which was your triumph, you know, with the Six of Wands, because of your hard work, you're kind of, you know, no, I need to push more, I need to do this, I need to do that. You're in the frame of mind of working, going forward, making things move forwards. But subconsciously and your higher self, they're telling you, you know, you need to ask for help or some support if you want to continue working at this level. I really am reading this as a work, career, environment things, solely because it's got pentacles and wands, but you could read it as a relationship as well, you know, you having worked for a relationship to develop successfully, maybe even to have it accepted by other people in your surroundings. If your family or your friends disapproved, so you worked hard for that, and instead of being happy, which, you know, you could be, and as I said, you have to really tap into your inner courage to do all of that, but instead of being happy, you're in that position of, you know, you're holding on to it, you're worried it's going to escape because you worked so hard at it, to the point that it's become another burden. Subconsciously you're exhausted. It's very tiring. So as I said, you can look at it from a point of view of a relationship or work, career. I'm feeling the vibes of work and career, but take what resonates. And in the near future, you've got the Devil. Now, the Devil is a major arcana, so this is a big hitter on the energy level, more permanent energy. The Devil is a trickster. It's an illusion. So you can talk about many things. You can talk about addictions, and I'm not just talking drugs, alcohol. It could be shopaholic, you know, if you like to shop. But generally speaking, it's indulging in something that gives you immediate rewards, and then afterwards you feel bad. So, you know, instant gratification is what I'm talking about here. So if you go shopping, for instance, you feel good, you're getting all this good stuff, you go home, you open your bags, and you're happy but not so much, and you put the things away, and then that's it, you're back to square one, you're still not feeling good. That's an example. It's like eating lots of cake. You know, it's really nice, you love the cake, you eat the cake, and then you feel guilty because you know it was not a healthy choice. But it can also be negative self-talk, you know, not believing in yourself, starting to doubt yourself. So I'm going to clarify this Devil in the near future because I want to know what this is about. So what's this Devil about? Why is it here? Could also talk about, if we're talking relationships, codependency. You know, being so, the word that comes to mind is hooked on someone or on a relationship, that it becomes unhealthy because it's obsessive, you know, with the Four of Pentacles next to it, which is holding on to something too tight. The King of Passion right here, and it's your frame of mind. This is you, this is how you're approaching this. And yes, this can become quite toxic in a relationship. What's the Devil about? High Priestess. Five of Cups. Three of Pentacles. Okay. So if we're looking at work situation, you have the High Priestess, which is, generally speaking, wisdom that comes from channeling messages, major arcana, so she represents mystery as well. But generally speaking, the advice of the card is to trust your intuition and listen out for messages that may be given to you by your angels, spirits, or your spirit team. And look out for coincidences, synchronicities. I don't believe in coincidences, but synchronicities, signs. And you have the Five of Cups with the Three of Pentacles. Now the Five is number of change and challenges, and the Five of Cups is you being emotionally challenged. It could be regrets and disappointment. And the Three is growth and expansion. You had the Three of Cups in the middle here. So it's growth and expansion in your material world. It can also talk about cooperation with people. So it can represent something growing, but you know, something material growing. It can represent people recognizing your skill. And so if you're looking at a career thing, if you're looking at this for the near future, the advice is to trust your intuition. Don't listen to the devil. Trust your intuition and the messages you're getting. Do not fall into the trap of thinking negatively and just concentrating on the negative, and start looking out for the expansion that's coming your way, maybe with some help from co-workers who are going to support you. Because you see, all I'm getting in this reading is that burden message. You know, you've got the Ten of Wands here, which talks about you being burdened, you know, not asking for help, which is in your subconscious higher self chart in the spread. You have the Five of Cups, which in this deck is represented as, again, this is a burden, is trying to carry the animal to save it. And this is, you know, just looking at the effort that it is to do that, rather than looking at the fact that you're actually saving someone. And then the Three of Coins, which is a very good card of, you know, things growing and cooperation, people working with you and recognizing how good you are. So I really feel that this devil is something that you need to quieten and just listen to your gut feel, your intelligence. You know, your second brain is in your belly, your gut. That's what we talk about, gut feel, because this is where you will get messages and insights. Now, if we're talking about a relationship here, this is saying beware, basically. Just beware of giving your all to this situation. I also think it's telling you to look forward, not backwards, and to accept the support of others is what I'm reading. I just can't help but see that. If you look at it, the devil is looking right, and I said to you, is the trickster, and all of the other cards are looking the other way. They're looking left. She's looking left, he's looking left, except obviously this, but that's the main character I'm talking about. And so these cards are telling you to look this way, and these cards are telling you to look that way. So, you know, just take this as it resonates, but I'd beware of going in all guns blazing, continuing in that kind of action, in that kind of direction. Trust your guts. You can't go wrong when you trust your guts. You know, the devil could also represent something that is an illusion that's going to happen in the near future, and the cards are telling you to just, you know, trust that inner voice, and if things look bad, concentrate on the positive, and maybe ask for support. Things will grow. In the advice, you've got the Four of Swords. This is your second four. You've got 2 threes and 2 fours. And the Four of Swords talks about mental stability after a breakthrough. So it's a period of rest. So it's telling you to gather your thoughts, whether you're dealing with a situation at work or you're dealing with a situation that's, you know, a relationship problem. It's saying to you to take some time out to think about this, you know, explore your options. You know, you can meditate, obviously, if you enjoy this, but, you know, just gain that clarity. You know, you need to take some time out and think things through, because in your environment you've got the Nine of Swords, and the Nine of Swords is the card, to me it's the card of courage, because 9 is the number of achievement in the mental realm. And so this is you having anxiety and negative thinking. You see, as I said, the devil here can be the card of negative self-talk as well. And so this is the courage to overcome those negative thoughts, because they are what they are. They're just thoughts. They're not who you are, and they're not necessarily going to manifest. They will manifest if you put all of your intention and thoughts towards them. If you think negatively, you're going to bring back more negative energies in your life, which is pretty much what I'm trying to say. Now, I know it's easier said than done, but this is a card of courage. This is nearly the Ten of Swords. It means that, you know, you've progressed through the suit. So it's the card of courage, and just recognizing that these are just thoughts. That's all they are. And in the underlying energies, you have the Queen of Cups. Now, the Queen is the receptive leader. She's a very patient person, because it's male or female, it's a general reading, and she deals with intuition, feelings. She's very nurturing, but she's also very intuitive. It's the second card you get with the High Priestess, of, you know, being in touch with your intuition. And the Queen of Cups is obviously loving. Now, you could have someone representing this person who, if you spoke to her or him, would be able to support you, but it could also be telling you to embody the characteristic of this card, you know, to just listen to your intuition, be in touch with your feelings and your emotions, rather than being up in your head. And in your hopes and fears, you've got the Hermit. Now, this is another major arcana. And the Hermit is the card of looking within, of isolating, and going within to find out, you know, what you really want, who you really are. It can be the card of doing some shadow work, you know, shining the light on those dark corners of your person so that you can grow. This is a major arcana, and therefore it's more permanent energy. It's a card of growth, personal growth. It's asking you to look within. And it's mixed with, not mixed, I don't know why I use that word. And in the advice you also have a card of, you know, take some time out to reflect. So there is also the other message I'm getting from this is you may be hoping that someone is going to be able to shed some light on the matter for you, because the Hermit can also be someone who is wise, not necessarily older, but could be, but someone who has wisdom, experience, and who maybe could shed some light on this problem that you're having, whether this is at work or in a relationship. And as an outcome, you have the Queen of Swords. That's your second queen in your reading. So the Queen of Swords, again, she's a patient leader like the Queen of Cups, but the difference between them is that she is to do with the mental realm. So she's someone who's going to make decisions based on facts. She's very witty, very fair. She can appear as being a bit dry because, you know, it's factual with her. It's not going to be all emotional when she makes a decision, and she will cut what no longer serves her. And so this may be someone in your environment who's going to, you know, do that, which is going to be how you move forward in this situation. If it's at work, it could be one of your bosses, or your boss if you have one, or one of your supervisors. Take what resonates, you know, who's going to help you and decipher what's true, what's lies, and so on and so forth. If the devil here represents lies, you know, this will help. Or it could be you embodying the qualities of this queen and cutting what no longer serves you. And so if this is a relationship, you may end up deciding to, you know, release. You have free will, obviously. I'm just reading the cards, telling you what's in the air, you know, the energies. I'm not telling you what to do. So it could be that. If it's a situation at work, you may decide to release some of the burden. You may decide to cut some of it. I just got a message in my head saying, hey, you may want to go part-time. You may decide to go part-time. Once you've gone into hermit mode and you've looked within, maybe you want to go to working part-time, you know, so that you don't have that 10 of Wands, you know, subconsciously, that burden. Or you may just cut down some of your responsibilities if you have responsibilities at work, or you may cut down the amount of projects you're working on. But generally speaking, if you follow the advice of the Fourth Sword, which is to retreat and get the mental clarity and stability, think things through, and listen to your intuition, that was a big message here, you'll be able to see the truth, and you will be able to make the decision based on strong, you know, truthful facts, and you'll be able to cut what no longer serves you, so you do not feel that burden again. And you can release the you know, King of Wands drive that you've seemed to be having and have had for quite a while. So I hope you've enjoyed the journey through the cards with me. If you did, or if the message helped in any ways, do let me know in the comment box below. I'd love to hear from you. I wish you a wonderful week, and I hope to see you again very soon. Thank you for stopping by, I really appreciate it. Until next time, au revoir. Okay, hello to my currents who chose the second deck. That's the Santa Muerte deck. Now remember, those are general readings, they will not resonate with everybody. Take what applies directly to your circumstances and discard the rest. So what energies do I have for the beginning of January for my Aquarians who chose this deck? Okay, this wanted to come out, so I'll take it on the side. and this one. Okay, now you've got 3 cards on the side, right? 4 cards. Okay, that's a lot. Let me see. I'll have a look at that in a minute for you. At the center of your spread, you've got the 2 of Swords. Crossing it, you've got the 6 of Pentacles. Below you is the 7 of Pentacles. Above you is the Wheel of Fortune. Behind you is the Chariot. Ahead of you is the 6 of Swords. That's 3 sixes already, which is a good number. Advice is the King of Pentacles. Environment is the 2 of Wands. Hopes and fears is the 3 of Swords. Final outcome is the 8 of Cups. Bottom of the decks, which is the underlying energies, is the Ace of Cups. Nice. Okay, give me a second so I can have a look at the extra messages. Okay, here's what I'm reading from this. 6 of Cups. As I said, you've got 3 sixes, and this is the number of harmony. Harmony. Let me pronounce it right. After having overcome a challenge. And cups are to do with the emotional realm, so relationships, love, romance, also spirituality, but how you feel, that kind of thing. The 6 of Cups talks about strong relationships, but long-term relationships, relationships that also you may have had in the past. So it could be someone coming back, but you know, a committed long-term relationship. Then you've got the Ace of Wands. Now Wands is passion and desire, what drives you, the will to see something through. It's fire energy, and that's the Ace. So it's a brand new beginning, a very exciting beginning. And then you've got the Queen of Swords with the 10 of Cups. And the Queen of Swords is the queen that bases her decisions on facts. She is very intelligent, patient, very fair, but she will see through the lies and she will cut what no longer serves her. And then you've got the 10 of Cups. The 10 is number of completion, and Cups, as I said to you right there, is to do with your emotions. This is the total embodiment of emotional fulfillment. It's the happy ever after, you having everything you want, just, you know, feeling really, really good. And so I'm getting this message that someone came back proposing a brand new beginning, you know, all passionate. It screams passionate proposal, someone who really, you know, desires you and wants to be in your life. And the Queen in the middle is you, wondering if this is possibly, you know, the be-all and end-all relationship, the beautiful relationship that's going to bring you the emotional fulfillment that you're after. That's what I'm getting, and they came out just like that. Because in the middle of your spread, you have the 2 of Swords with the 6 of Pentacles. Now, the 2 of Swords is postponing making a decision because you're protecting something. Something's growing. This is mental energy, so your thoughts. So you're not making a decision because you need more time. And the 6 of Coins is the giving and receiving energy, but I can't help but think that I said you need more time, and I've just seen a clock on the card. Now, there's not a clock on the card of the 6 of Coins in all the decks. This is specific to this deck, so I'm telling you what I'm channeling, and you're just not making the decision because you need more time in the physical world, because the coins are to do with your physical world, so home life, work life, you know, something tangible. You need more time for it, because in the past you have the Chariot, and the Chariot is a major arcana, and it's a very strong energy of coming in triumphantly after having fought a very hard battle, but it can also represent travel and things moving fast. And so I'm getting that distinct message that in a near past, and I'm talking near past, someone just charged back into your life because of those cards that kind of threaded the message for me. So someone charged back into your life and put you in that position of the Two of Swords of I don't know what to do. I'm unsure. I need more time to think about this, because you are taking this very seriously, and the reason why you're taking this very seriously is because you've got the Ace of Cups in the energies that you're not aware of, and the aces are the seed, the origin of the cup, and in the Suit of Cups, this is the birth of a brand new love. It could be the birth of a child as well, but it's your cup starting to overflow. It's a very positive card. It's a happy card, and in this reading, there is that atmosphere of love, you know, coming in for you, and you know your senses are feeling it, because subconsciously you've got the Seven of Pentacles. Now the seven is the number of assessment, evaluation and experience, and in the Pentacle suit this is really looking at your seeds and what you're harvesting. Is it going to be worth my while, is what I'm hearing. So subconsciously you're assessing this offer, this passionate offer of love, that really came out of nowhere. That's what I'm getting, that person just came back from the past out of nowhere, and you're assessing whether this is going to be worth your while or whether this is going to be, you know, pain. Are you going to experience pain? Is this the right thing for you? And in what you have got your sights on, you know, your goal, you have the Wheel of Fortune, Major Arcana. The Major Arcana is a more permanent energy, and so this is you looking at the wheel saying, okay, is this just going to be for one cycle, or is this going to be, you know, the happy ever after? Because the Wheel of Fortune is always spinning, and it brings about new beginnings and ends and so on and so forth, and you know, you're considering this as a brand new beginning, but a very important chapter in your life, which is why you're stuck in the middle here. You want more time to think about it. And in the near future, you have the Six of Swords. Now, the six, as I said, is the number of harmony. And the swords is to do with how you think, how you perceive things. It's also the suits of truth. And the Six of Swords talks about moving on to a better place, having learned the lessons, you know, having had the time to process mentally what happened, and you know, heading for something better, basically, which is what the near future holds apparently for you. Again, you have free will, so obviously, you know, you can always choose to do what you want. I'm just reading the cards as they are. In the advice, you have the King of Pentacles. The King is the master of the suits, and the King of Pentacles, because it's to do with the physical realm, is someone incredibly reliable. It's earth energy, so it's very stable. It's someone who knows how to provide for himself and his family, someone who's hardworking, dependable, really, you know, this is a very good person. And so it could be that you have to listen to the advice of someone in your environment, male or female, who has some words of wisdom to, you know, share with you regarding the situation you're in. Or it could be a card representing the fact that if you go forward with that, it will be something very stable. Built to last is the phrase that comes into mind. because I'm going to jump to this card and I'll go back to this. In your fears, you have the Three of Swords. Now, I normally don't read the Three of Swords out as heartbreak, because to me 3 is expansion and growth, and Swords is to do with the mental realm. But the Three of Swords is still swords, so it cuts. And so I'm getting the distinct message that you're worried you're going to be hurt. That's what I'm getting from this, specifically for this reading, because as I said, I normally do not read it this way. But yes, I do feel that you have your reservations about this. Oops, sorry. And in the environment, you have the Two of Wands, and that's making a decision. As I said to you, the Wands is to do with passions and your willpower and your fire. And the Two of Wands is basically saying you can go left or right. You're going to end up at the same point. It's just going to be a different experience. And you see, this is your second two. So there is a lot of decision, indecision, make a decision type of energy. And which is why you're probably feeling, you know, the weight of it. You know, I need more time. You know, this is a big decision for my life with the Wheel of Fortune, and I don't want to get hurt. And as a final outcome, you get the Eight of Cups. And the Eight of Cups is the second card of moving on that you have on the near future and the final outcome. The 8 is a number of advancement. Now, the Six of Swords talks about moving forward with having learned the lessons, you know, having progressed and going towards better days. The Eight of Cups is coming to the realization that you deserve better. This current situation is not fulfilling you emotionally or spiritually or both, and you're going to walk towards your Nine of Cups, which coincides with the Six of Swords, which is moving forward towards something better. So your final outcome really resonates with the near future. This is you taking a chance because you know that you're not emotionally fulfilled. So moving forward, making the decision and embracing, you know, the Ace of Cups, this offer of real love that's right here for you, which could potentially bring you the Ten of Cups, which is total emotional fulfillment, very, very happy, solid relationship with the King of Pentacles. So I hope you've enjoyed your journey through the cards with me. If you did, or if the message helped you in any ways, do let me know in the comment box below. I wish you a fantastic week. Thank you for stopping by. I really appreciate it, and I hope to see you again very soon. Until next time, au revoir. Hello to my Aquarians who chose the third deck, which is the Crystal Visions deck. Remember that those are general readings, they will not resonate with everybody. Take what applies directly to your circumstances and leave the rest behind. So what energies do I have for the first week of January for my Aquarians who chose the Crystal Visions deck? At the center of your spread you have the Magician. Crossing him is the Seven of Cups. Below him is the Eight of Cups. Above you is the Fool. Behind you is the Ace of Wands. Ahead of you is the Two of Wands. Advice is the Queen of Cups. Environment is the Ten of Pentacles. Hopes and fears, the Lovers. final outcome, the Four of Wands. Bottom of the deck, energies that you're not aware of, the Tower. Okay. So in the near past, you've had an offer. The Ace of Wands, the Ace is the origin, the seed of the suit, and the Suit of Wands is passion, desire, urges, your willpower to get things done, so something that really excites you is fire energy. So the Ace of Wands talks about some kind of proposition, you know, let's go on an adventure, or it could also be the beginning of a very passionate and fiery relationship with someone. And this happened in the near past. And in the middle of your spread, which is right now, you've got the Magician crossed by the Seven of Cups. Now the Magician is a major arcana, so it's a more permanent energy in your life. And the Magician is the super manifester. This is you having everything you need in order to manifest whatever you want. And you may have manifested this Ace of Wands in the near past with this new proposition. But it's crossed by the Seven of Cups, and 7 is the number of experience and evaluation. Cups is to do with the emotional realms, so it's having many things to choose from and feeling slightly overwhelmed, you know, trying to look at them and thinking, okay, which one's the real deal, which one's an illusion. It's that kind of energy. And it's blocking your manifestation because, yes, as I said, you are feeling slightly overwhelmed emotionally by the choices that you have. In your subconscious, you have the Eight of Cups, which is also your higher self talking to you. The 8 is the number of advancement. And so in the Eight of Cups cards, we see someone realizing that they are not emotionally fulfilled and they need to move on so that they can get the Nine of Cups, which is the wish fulfillment card, or the Ten of Cups, which is the ever after happy card, emotional fulfillment, bliss. So subconsciously you are aware that, you know, you are not emotionally fulfilled, probably by this proposition that you had here. And your immediate goals, or you've got your sights on, is the Fool, which is another major arcana, which is a brand new beginning. And this is what you want to manifest, the brand new beginning, the taking the leap of faith, a beginning that's going to have a deep impact on your life, you know, on your journey, because it's a major arcana. And that's what you're hoping. So this is not an easy situation, and that's why you're blocking your manifestation, because you realize that this is a very important new beginning that you have in mind. And in the near future, you're going to have to make a decision, because you have the Two of Wands. The 2 is the number of duality, polarity, relationships, and decisions. And the Two of Wands, still in that suit of passions, is asking you to choose a path, left or right, because you will get to the same point. It is a passionate decision, okay, something that you do with, a decision you make with following basically your desires, but the experience would just be different. It's just going to be, you know, go left or right, but you will get there. And in the advice you have the Queen of Cups. Now, the Queen is a patient leader, and the Queen of Cups is experienced in the emotional realm. So she is intuitive, she is loving, she's patient, she's someone who can support you, you know, someone who will be here for you. So it may be someone in your environment, male or female, this is a general reading, who you could talk to. It could be a mother figure who you could talk to help with this decision. And I believe that you're going to have to make a decision sooner than you think, because in the hidden energies you have the Tower. Now, the Queen of Cups in the advice could also say, I need to tell you this before I move on to the Tower, that you need to be in touch with your intuition. You know, that choosing the right path is going to be down to you listening to your intuition, because she does she's in touch with that. Because the Tower, which is a major arcana, is the card of a sudden change, an abrupt change of direction, something that you did not see coming. And this is in the hidden energy. So I believe you're going to have to make a decision sooner than later. And this is going to be put on your path by God, the universe, your spirit team, whatever it is you believe in, your angels. Tower often happens when we take too long making a decision. So if we're staying too long in the Eight of Cups energies of, I'm not emotionally fulfilled, I need to move forward. If we take too long to change direction, to make the leap, that fall that you're contemplating, that new beginning, because we're overwhelmed, the Seven of Cups, then the universe sends a Tower moment to push you forward. The universe will never send something towards you that it doesn't think you can handle. It's going to help you grow emotionally, spiritually. It's a big push, basically, but do not think it's happening to you. It's happening for you. Because in the environment you have the Ten of Pentacles. Now the 10 is the number of completion. Pentacles is to do with your physical realm. So home life, work life. It can represent having everything you could wish for, not lacking for anything, and having so much that you can leave some behind for your families and generations to come. This is the inheritance card. It's a very, very prosperous card, very good to have in the environment. And in your hopes and fears you have the Lovers, another major arcana. Now the Lovers talks about having to make a decision, choosing a path. So again, you see you've got the Two of Wands, making a decision. And then you've got the card in the major arcana of making a decision. And this is, I believe, something that you are afraid of, because it is such a big decision which you feel within you. Now whether we're talking about a relationship or work, relocation, going for starting a new business, because the Ace of Wands could represent starting a new business. It doesn't have to be a relationship. It's just you realizing that you're going to have to make a decision that's going to have a huge impact on your life, no matter how you look at it. And quite rightly so, it worries you. We're humans, decisions and change tend to create a state of worry and anxiety, because we always have that nagging, what if I choose wrong? But as a final outcome, you've got the Four of Wands. This is a beautiful outcome for you. The 4 is the number of strong foundation, stability. And the Four of Wands is like a landmark, after having experienced some growth. You have a reason to celebrate. It's a very stable card. It represents home. It can represent marriage, but it's something solid. As I said, it could be something to celebrate, whether it is you moving forward with that job, that new job, starting a business, or whether we're looking at a relationship. This represents a very stable, strong, committed relationship, even a marriage. So obviously you have free will. I'm not telling you how to live your life, but when I'm reading the cards right now, I'm reading that you need to make up your mind about something. Trust your intuition or talk to someone, because otherwise you're kind of going to get pushed into making that decision, and it's not nice to be pushed into making a decision. It's better when it comes from us. Take that step forward towards that new beginning with someone or something, or that new job, whatever it is you are considering, because the outcome is going to be beautiful and strong and stable in any realm that we're talking about. So I hope you've enjoyed your journey through the cards with me. If you did, or if the message helped you in any ways, do let me know in the comment box below. I wish you a wonderful week. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate it, and I hope to see you again very soon. Until next time, au revoir.